So let's try and get more details on this, because this is the first time he has said the comment that he's made over the disqualification and the manner in which he has said it. I did never imagine what I'll have to see when I joined politics in 2004. I'm getting a voice from the USA right now. Ravi Kapoor, he's a senior journalist, and he gets us the latest on what Rahul Gandhi has said. Can you tell us precisely about the words, Ravi, that he said, and what would one make of it? Because he said it not in India, but to the Indian diaspora in the USA.
Sure. Well, he gave a speech last night in Santa Clara to a partisan crowd. This was a selected crowd of supporters of Rahul Gandhi that were in attendance at that event. This also had a select crowd at Stanford, very limited capacity, but it was fully attended. And if you heard last night's speech, which was about an hour in length, he used a lot of the same talking points that he used at Stanford, really leaning on his experience walking around India, talking about, giving anecdotes about the locals that he had met while traveling around India, and talking about the human stories that he faced, which he says changed his life. So yes, those are the takeaways for Rahul Gandhi here in his outreach to the Indian diaspora.
It's very interesting that the locations that he's chosen, whether it was Cambridge in the UK, now here it is Stanford and other universities also where it's being planned, that this is the younger diaspora, so to say, the students that he's interacting with. He's reaching out to the diaspora who may have possibly either never seen India or may have recently gone there. So is this also a strategy, do you see here, that he's trying to connect with the younger diaspora of the Indian community in the USA?
Yeah, I think it's very clear. I think he made a big point. In fact, there was a Stanford student that posed that question that was read on stage, something along the lines of, why are you coming to the United States to spread your message? Because there aren't a whole lot of opposition party leaders from other countries that go out of their way to court American society at large. And he's doing this robust trip between Silicon Valley, Washington, and New York. And when he was asked that, he says, look, I'm not here to try to win support, but I am here to talk to my people. And there are a lot of Indian nationals that are here studying in the United States throughout this country. In fact, the largest quota of students are from India overseas. So it's a huge opportunity for him to win support because, you know, students' minds are still not fully formed in terms of which direction to go politically. They can still very much be swayed one way or another.
And how was the crowd really? Because I can see that in Stanford he's managed a fairly big gathering that he was speaking to, and there he made this comment. And was this the first comment that he had made? Because he says, this is how I was introduced, and then he smiles, getting a reaction from the audience as well. So it appears that this was the first comment, possibly prepared or not, that he had said at this speech right now.
Yeah, he gave about a 20-minute monologue to start, and then about a 30-minute sit-down interview with a professor from Stanford. So he gave an extemporaneous speech initially, talking specifically to Stanford students. And again, in the Bay Area, which has this incredibly robust Indian American community, you have a lot of folks that have been here for generations, that have strong ties to not just Rahul Gandhi, but his family. And so there are a lot of people that have strong proclivities to him and the Congress Party.
It's also very interesting that Rahul Gandhi makes this comment, and clearly he's targeted the Modi government during most of the comments he's made in the USA, and it's just ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to also America in the next few weeks. Well,
I mean, there's obviously strategy that any savvy politician will, you know, try to take the steam out of someone else's address. I mean, you have people that make announcements on Twitter Spaces now in America. That's what Ron DeSantis just did, and certainly I heard Vivek Ramaswamy, who's another Indian American GOP candidate, he's going to do a Twitter Space. So you know, everyone's trying to drum up support for their messaging, and it's no surprise. The state dinner that is planned for Prime Minister Modi is a very big deal. There's going to be multiple days of events planned in Washington and potentially other cities. I'm hearing New York is also rumored. So that's a very big showcase event for India. And Rahul Gandhi coming here in advance certainly brings him attention, and certainly the fact that you're covering it and speaking to me means that he's getting the eyeballs that he seeks.
And he's very clear, he's targeting the Modi government, so he's not mincing word in the USA. There was a lot of criticism of what he had said in the UK about, in some ways, was he defaming India on a foreign soil? Was he asking for foreign interference? But he's continued with those attacks against Modi government, and in many ways saying minorities are threatened as well. I want you to please stay on with me, Ravi Kapoor, because I want the viewer to listen in to exactly what Rahul Gandhi said about the disqualification as a member of parliament. This is the first time he's openly addressed it, spoken about it since 24th March 2023. Listen in.
I heard in the introduction that I was a member of parliament until I don't think when I joined politics, 2004, I ever imagined what I see going on in our country. It was way outside anything that I had ever imagined. So, to be the first person to get a full criminal sentence on defamation, to get the maximum sentence to be disqualified from parliament. I didn't imagine that something like this was possible. But then, I think it's actually given me a huge opportunity. Probably much bigger than the opportunity I would have sitting in parliament. That's just the way politics works.